All right, guys, let's get into PPC campaigns. Okay, so what is PPC? So PPC stands for pay per click, and it's basically Amazon's marketing platform for us to get our listing on a sponsored ad. So, for example, all right, so let's go ahead and head over here. Let's say we search up baby sleep wedge that we've been using as an example. Okay, if you search up baby sleep wedge, you'll notice that there's a sponsored post right here, and there's a sponsored post right here. So while these listings may not be ranked organically on the front page, they're actually paying money to place their listing on the front page of that particular keyword, so that when customers search for it, they're able to see it and potentially click on it, potentially make sales. So PPC is absolutely important when we launch our product, especially after we get our initial reviews, and we get our 5 to 10 initial reviews, because along with giveaways, we're able to make organic sales. We're able to get keyword data and all of these good things. So it's going to be used in combination with giveaways. So after we get our reviews, we're going to do our PPC campaign and our giveaways at the same time. So now we're ranking, but at the same time, we're pumping up our listing so that we can get organic sales at the same time. Not organic sales, sorry, full price sales at the same time. All right, guys. So let's get into this. So the way we access our PPC campaigns is pretty simple. All we have to do is go on our Amazon Seller Central, go on advertising up here, and then click Campaign Manager, okay? So there are two type of campaigns that we can make, automatic and manual, okay? So you have a choice. Choice number one is that we just go ahead and do an automatic campaign. If that's perfectly fine if you just want to run an automatic campaign. Choice two would to do both. I highly recommend the second, to do an automatic campaign and a manual campaign. So we're going to be going over that together on how to do both. But right now, let me show you how we're going to set up an automatic campaign, okay? So we're going to go and click on Create Campaign right here. All right, let's go ahead and call this Baby Sleep Wedge. Let's just call it number one, because obviously we're going to make more campaigns. All right, guys, so for your daily budget. So for your daily budget, you can set it as high as you possibly you want. This is kind of like an advanced tactic that I'm going to show you guys. So I always like to put like at least $100. That does not mean that you're going to spend $100 a day on your budget. What that does mean, though, that is that Amazon's going to say, hey, this person is willing, or this campaign in particular is willing to spend X amount, higher amount, X amount of dollars, or a higher amount of dollars, so that we're going to give this campaign more impressions. Okay, so that's an advanced tactic. But let's say that you actually do have, if there's enough impressions for you to generate to spend $100 in your daily budget, just know that if you're going to be converting anyway, and you're going to be making sales anyway, even if you spend $100 but you make $400 in sales, you still make $300. So it kind of goes hand in hand, right? All right, guys. So like I said, two different campaigns. We're going to go ahead and click automatic targeting right here. Go ahead and continue to the next step. Okay, so for your ad group, you can do the same thing, baby sleep wedge number one. That's fine. We're going to go and select our product. Okay, we're going to come down here, and then now we're at the default bid. Okay, so every product for PPC campaigns is going to be different in terms of default bid. What I like to do is I like to take half of what the lowest range is to the highest range. Okay, and then check this out, guys. Okay, so it's suggesting that's it between 38 cents to $2. So I would say that the default bid would probably be, okay, I don't know what half of that, but let's just say that, let's just go for $1.10. Okay, so $1.10. What I like to do now, guys, is I actually like to go 10% higher. Okay, so let's say let's just say that half of, between this is $1.10. Okay, obviously my math sucks right now, but bear with me. All right, what we want to do is we want to take 10% higher than $1.10. Okay, so let's go and open up our calculator real quick. Let's go and do $1 and times that by 10 cents. So that's another 11 cents. So what we're going to do is we're going to go $1.21. Bam. So that's going to be our default bid. Okay, so the reason why we want to go 10% higher is because we want to be able to go ahead and win the bid. Okay, so if your your competitors are all bidding $1 or $1.10 for the impression, then, or the click, but you're wanting to spend a little bit higher than them, which we'll be going over a little bit more in the manual campaign, then you have a higher chance of getting a customer to click on your ad and higher chance of converting. Okay, guys? So after that, let's go and click Save and Finish. Perfect. All right, so what we want to do now is, bam, we got our first campaign going. We're gonna run it for like a couple of days, get some data, see how much our keywords are converting for, and all that good stuff. But let's go on to a manual campaign, okay? So, like I said, you can do either an automatic campaign, which is perfectly fine. An automatic campaign will basically go ahead and take data that Amazon already has and put your products in front of customers based on keywords they search that they believe is going to be best for your product. So, it's not as specific, but it's still good. And if the campaign is still generating revenue for you and still generating, a significant amount of profit, then you can go ahead and stick with it. But I like to do a manual campaign because it's a lot more specific. So let's go ahead and do that, okay? So with a manual campaign, we actually get to select our own keywords, while an automatic campaign, Amazon selects the keywords for us, okay? I hope that makes sense. So let's go and create another campaign. Let's go ahead and do baby sleep wedge number 2. Same thing, guys. We're going to do a high budget, $100. You can do $50. I just like to set it high personally because, if I'm spending $100 on my ads, but it's converting and I'm still making money, I mean, it's not that big of a deal, okay? But now we click manual targeting. Let's go and continue to the next step. Let's go and select our product here. Oh, same thing here for our ad group name. Let's go and see baby wedge number 2. Select our product. Let's go and scroll down. All right, guys. So now we are on to where we're going to actually provide our own products. Okay, our own products, our own keywords. Okay, so we're gonna go and select here where it says suggested keywords. Go and select provide your own keywords. Okay, and what we want to do now is remember that master list, guys, of keywords that we compiled from our last video. That's exactly what we're going to use. So we're going to go to our master list right here. And we're actually going to take the top 100 keywords and use those keywords as our manual targeting or a manual keyword targeting. Okay, so let's go ahead and just go and select down all the way down to 100 here. Let's go and copy that. Come here, and then we're going to add these keywords. Oh, sorry. So default bid. All right. So same thing, guys. Our default bid before was 110, but let's go ahead and just put in a 110 right now because I'm going to show you how we can actually do it manually. Okay, so let's go and add these keywords. Oh, actually, I got to repo. Oh, okay, it's good. So when we add our keywords, we want to go ahead and select on our match type. We want to select phrase. Okay, so there's 3 types of match types. Okay, it's broad, phrase, and exact. We actually want to go and select phrase because phrase gives us a more specific group of words that we've selected ourselves. We don't want to do exact because we don't have the exact details of the exact keywords that are converting just yet. We don't want to go broad because broad will give longer tail keywords. Like let's say, for example, this is our main keyword is a baby sleep wedge. Someone could say, big pink baby sleep wedge for babies. That would be considered a broad. We want something that's more phrase-like so that we can work within the keywords that we're already providing. Okay, so let's make sure that we select phrase, guys, and then let's go and add these keywords. Okay, perfect. All right. So I accidentally added all of them, but let's just bear with me. All right, let's go ahead and click save and finish. All right, so what we're going to do now, guys, is once we created our manual campaign, now we have automatic pumping, and now we have manual campaign pumping. Okay, so let's go ahead and open up this campaign, go and click into it, all right? So what we want to do now is we actually want to go into the ad group settings. Okay, sorry, we want to go into the keywords. Okay, so go and select keywords. All right, so guys, this is when we're actually going to start, playing with the numbers and playing with our suggested bid. Obviously, I just created this campaign, so I don't have the data for it yet. But after a day or two, what you're going to see is that there's going to be on this column here, it's going to show us the suggested bid of what Amazon has placed in terms of how much it's going to cost for you to bid for that particular keyword. So, for example, baby head pillow could be $1. A baby giraffe pillow can be, 80 cents. Baby pillow girl the suggested bid could be 70 cents. What we want to do when this happens is we want to go ahead and click this button right here. Once this, starts to fill up, and then we're going to click adjust suggested bid. All right. And once we click adjusted suggested bid, we're going to go ahead and then click adjust bid, and then we're going to add 10% on top of that. So if you're bidding for a keyword that is $1, for example, and we go up by 10%, that means you're going to bid $1.10. So we're going to beat our competitors. We're going to bid higher than our competitors, okay? And then what we want to do is click apply here. Okay, so you'll see obviously here it's changing the numbers of the keyword bid, but we don't have the data yet. It says no current data, but after a couple of days, guys, you will start to see this populate with different types of different type of prices and different type of bids. So like I said, all you want to do is go and click on this number here to select on every single listing, and then what we're going to do is we're going to click apply suggested bid, okay, and then click adjust bid, and then go up by 10%, okay. Okay, so here's an example of a suggested bid that's already populated. So this bid right here for baby floor pillow is 12 cents. So because we applied the suggested bid, which was $12, and we went up 10%, now we are actually bidding 13 cents. So now we're on top of our competitors. So when customers search up baby floor pillow on Amazon, and we have the upper hand because we're willing to pay more for those customers, then we have a higher chance of converting. Okay, guys. So with that being said, you could see that it happened here. It was suggested bid was 57 cents, but we went 10% higher, which showed that we were willing to pay 63 cents. All right, so be sure when you do this, guys, that you are actually doing it for every single page. Okay, so if you noticed here, I only did it for the front page, or for the first page. There's 4 pages total because I accidentally added another page. So we're gonna go on the second page, all right, and we're gonna do the exact same thing. Okay, guys, we're gonna so you'll notice that none of the bids changed here. We're going to select everything here and then click apply suggested bid. Same thing, guys, adjust bid 10%, and bam. Here's another secret that I want you guys to do, okay? So if you actually go to add group settings, okay, actually we have to go back to our campaign. Let's go back to our campaign settings. We could actually do something called bid plus. So bid plus is basically when Amazon sees that there are 2 competitors that are basically paying the same amount of money. If we had bid plus on, you don't have to do this. You can try it out. What will happen is that Amazon will automatically, because you turn this on as an advanced setting, Amazon will actually make you pay 50% higher for your default bid to make sure that you show up in front of that customer or show up in front of that, for that impression. You don't have to do this. You can try it. You try it for a couple days, see how it works. If it doesn't work, then, and you're spending too much money, then that's perfectly fine. You can go ahead and turn it off. All right, guys. So like I said, now we got 2 campaigns going. We have the baby sleep wedge in a manual campaign, and then we have the baby sleep wedge in the automatic campaign. Like I said, you can do both. I recommend that you do both, because the more that we can start to generate those sales and start generating data, the more that we can, really start getting our products to the front page and all that good stuff. So remember, we're doing the giveaway and the PPC campaigns after our product launches and after we get our initial reviews. Do not start doing PPC until you get your initial reviews, because what happens is once we start doing a PPC campaign and we end up in a sponsored post like this and we have 0 reviews, know what you're going to be wasting ad dollars, because there's no social proof, you have no ratings, you have no reviews, you don't have, you're going to have 0 stars, and it's just not going to look good to your customers. Even if they do click on it, you would have spent money on that click, but at the end of the day, if you spent money on that click and you have no reviews and all that stuff, it's just money. The customer's just going to say that there's no one's buying it. It doesn't seem like anyone's buying it because there's no reviews. So make sure we get those initial reviews, make sure we get those 2 campaigns going. If you had a choice, if you can't spend that much money, totally fine, just go with the automatic campaign, perfectly fine. Make sure we're bidding in the middle, make sure we're bidding higher than our competitors so we can get those clicks, but don't bid too high. Don't be you're bidding 50% higher than your competitors, because you don't want to spend too much money, and we just want to spend a little bit more than them. That's why 10% is always a good thing. All right, guys, so I hope this video helped out, and then yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.